All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who will well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I'm Brother Yashar. Just want to get into a quick topic through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Yahweh being the Most High, who we ignorantly call God. All right, through his only begotten Son, who we ignorantly call Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shah, two so-called black men. And the title of the lesson I was thinking about is the Lord's will. All right, the Lord's will, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah will, all right, ultimately is to establish Israel on top. All right, to establish Israel as the dominant force upon this earth. All right. Who's Israel? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Lord's chosen people, the Israelites. And when it's all said and done, you know, the Lord is going to have it to where the Israelites are ruling upon the face of this earth, all right? The men of Israel starting with the Lord's elect, all right? The 144,000, you know, Yahweh Shah being the King of Kings, all right? King David and the rest of the 12. And you know the men of Israel. So I'm just getting into this first scripture. This is Jeremiah 29 and verse 11, and it reads, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil." So the Lord is telling you, I know the thoughts that I have towards you, and this is ultimately when it's all said and done. Because you know, I'm gonna continue on. It says, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil. You know, when you go to Amos 3 and verse 6, all right, it says, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? All right, and what's evil? Bad times. And the reason why we going through these bad times, all right, us being in America, which is Babylon, all right, subject to our enemies, and this is our captivity, all right. This is a modern day slavery for the Israelites. When you go to Revelation 11 and verse 8, the Lord said this place is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Focusing on the Egypt part, because you know the Israelites is back in Egypt, you know, in bondage. You know, a couple hundred years ago it was physical chains on us, but now we slave under contracts. All right, Social Security, birth certificates, under the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, you know? So ultimately, the Lord, he has thoughts of peace for his people, you know? It says, and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And what's that expected end? That expected meaning something to hope for, you know? A hopeful end. And what's that hopeful end? The kingdom of heaven. Us being rulers. Us reigning, all right, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shah, Lord willing, I'm part of the elect, you know, and establishing righteousness upon this earth. The Lord's statute commandments in our inward parts, meaning written within our DNA. You know, we're going to be programmed into righteousness. You know, you see what's going on in America and all across the world, and all types of chaos and turmoil is because of what? The devil is ruling. When you go to Proverbs 29 and verse 2, I'll get it real quick and I'll jump back. Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Who's the righteous? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. The saints. All right? But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And everybody's in mourning. Everybody's crying out, you know. And this is what kind of inspired this lesson, because I'm watching, you know, a little short podcast. You had Dame Dash talking to some cat, whatever the case may be, and they was going into, you know, politicians and what's the job of a mayor to, you know, govern the city and make sure things is established the right way, you know. And you know they got a good mind towards like how to better, you know, because you know Jake want to do better, but they don't understand that this place got to go down first. This place got to be destroyed. And then righteousness will be established, you know? And this is what we proclaiming, the kingdom of heaven, which starts with the men, which starts with the Israelites. Because the Lord said the kingdom of heaven is within us. We're spiritually built in that third temple. All right? So it says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So everybody's in mourning, right? So when you jump back, like the Lord said, I'm going to read it one more time. Jeremiah 29:11. You know what? Let me get it in the NLT. See how see it. Give me a second. Salakia. This is Jeremiah 29 and verse 11. You see that? Ooh. And the Lord said, for I know the plans that I have for you, saith the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. And the hope is that kingdom. That's what we're pressing towards. All right? To live forever and to be one with our power and to be, be established with our maker, man. And our people don't understand that because, they blind, they gross darkness to people, but we understand it, The one that the Lord gave this knowledge unto, the elect, his chosen, and he that endureth to the end shall be saved from the upcoming destruction. All right, the calamities that's about to befall America and parts of the earth, which is Jacob's trouble. This is the Lord's will, man. He's going to establish Israel on top, So whatever we got, we catch hell, and it's hard in the flesh. But ultimately, man, this place is through. And hey, his Lord said it, man. Esau is the end of the world, which is the end of the age. And the old ages come to an end. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we right at the door of immortality, of really establishing this earth. Let me get another scripture. This is, let me see, Slakia, 1 second. It's a scripture when the Lord said, give him no rest until he establish and make Jerusalem. It's like my spelling is off. Salakia. Yep. Thank the Lord. This is Isaiah 62 and verse, I'm going to start at 6. I have set up watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is a people before a place. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And who's the watchmen? The prophets. All right, the elect. In the ancient world, when we was established, you had, the watchmen watching out for the enemy. But now everything is, all spiritual. And we the watchmen. We watching for the enemy. We warning the people. We blowing the trumpet. All right, letting our people know that the enemy is coming with great wrath through the scriptures. All right, prepare your, get your house in order. Which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Yeah, which shall never hold our peace. That's why brothers push. That's why we go out into the highways and byways every weekend and week out. Some brothers go out Friday, some brothers go Saturday, some brothers go out Sunday. Then you got the midweek camps. All right, then brothers pushing out videos throughout the week. We not giving this devil no rest. All right, ain't no peace for the wicked. It says, and give him no, and which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent. All right, who's making mention of the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? His men. It says, and give him no rest. All right, till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Jerusalem ain't a praise in the earth. All right, when you go to the land of Jerusalem right now, all right, in the state of Israel, all right, with them small hats, the ones that proclaim that they are the Lord's people but are not, all right. Ever since they got into that land in 1948 via the Balfour Declaration, all right, it's been straight up and down war. Everybody hates that place, man. They won. You got the Palestinians coming at them. The Iranians hate them. All right. So the Lord said, "Give them no rest till He establish and make Jerusalem a praise on the earth." Meaning what? When He established the true Israelites. All right. And when we get established in that land, it's going to be peace on the earth. No more wars. All right. And things of that nature. So that's the will of the Lord, man, to establish and make Jerusalem a praise on the earth. All right? Above all nations, like the scripture said. Let me get that. This is Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. All right? And the scripture said the Lord changes not. So you got these Christians try to make it seem like, oh, the Lord did away with that. That was in the Old Testament. And you know, everybody could come into the covenant. No, that's false. That's false. All right? Throughout all the scriptures, it's talking about Jerusalem, the Israelites being established, the children of Israel, you know, being on top. All right? The Lord giving us His laws, statutes, commandments, His ways. All right? If you got a business and you the CEO of a business and you got a blueprint of how you want your business to be run, you're gonna give it unto the people that's selected to rule over your business. You ain't gonna give it to the custodian. All right, you're gonna give it to the managers, so to speak. And that's what we are. We stewards. All right. We supposed to be managers of the Lord's house, which is this earth. Yeah, all right. So I got one more, and I'll leave it with that. This is